Location, Birmingham. The University Athletics Track. 5 members of the disabled community approach the starting line. A Commonwealth Games flag flies in the wind. 3 deaf performers stand in Centenary Square. 5 different faces. 5 different stories.
It's hard work getting people to believe in themselves.
The Advocacy Matters team are speaking from their offices and the Birmingham Pen Museum.
It used to be assumed that people just knew what was best for members of the disabled community, and decisions were made.
Even the simplest pleasures, food, clothes, ordered, measured.
Hang on, what are my options?
It's a set menu, I'm afraid, and one size fits all. You've already prepaid, take it or leave it.
But what if I don't know where to start? What if I don't know how? Am I allowed to ask? I know you want your answer now.
Is there an alternative? Is that the only solution? No other possibilities? No further inclusion?
Oh, forget it. You pick, you choose for me. You tick box in my individuality.
No, I'd say, what do you think?
Sometimes it just takes time.
So, listen. I'm Elaine. I'm profoundly deaf. And profoundly deaf means unable to detect sounds. A lack of hearing. Lacking? How profound. I've got 2 children. They're also profoundly deaf. And believe me, they lack nothing. Because people are more than just noise and sound. It's quite something to be profound. It also means great.
Intense, life-changing.
Learned, insightful.
There's a depth to it, far below the surface level.
So, if you're not sure that someone is capable,
Let people try. So my path led me to the 19th of April 2002. One little office full of all we hope to do.
16 foot by 9.5 foot. We did it on the cheap, it's true. Advocacy Matters.
It's a risk, our charity. But where there's risk, there's also opportunity. It's been 20 years.
Valuing all vulnerable people of all ages. In Warsaw, Birmingham.
tackling the culture of care and packages, slowly facilitating lasting changes.
We resolve, reassure, empower, defend. And always at the other end of the phone.
Although we were worried at first it wouldn't ring.
We're there, listening.
Encouraging silenced voices to roar, loud and profound, not in the distance as before. Our voices are our choices. Our choices are our voices.
Our struggles, our hopes, our humour, our hearts, and so much more.
20 years, this fantastic team have come to be our treasured volunteers, our staff and our trustees.
20 years, each determined step led us here to you. 2022.
Still warming up at the sidelines?
Sure you know the rules? Do you know what to do?
As the Commonwealth Games come into land, we've got 5 tracks to travel, lines drawn in Birmingham sand.
Laps still in progress, marathons unplanned.
But we're heading in the right direction. I hope I have your full attention.
You'll see walls fall and catch glimpses of glory.
5 hurdle-defying, uphill climbing athletes.
Just a fleeting sprint through each story.
This world was never meant to travel backward, Jen. So tell me, are you listening? On your marks, get set, let's begin.
Location, Digbeth, an urban landscape of colour. Two young men, Zubair and Ilyas.
Sumaila. One day I felt different. Probably everything changed. From Main Street to Fountain of Street. I don't be scared.
Without the doctors, I would not be here. Good Hope Hospital in intensive care for 2 years. Day by day, patience.
Frustration, not being able to get out.
I'm fed up. I don't care if I die. 2 windows, blank wall, and a small TV. I'm on my own. Normal people walking around me.
I'm afraid of falling. That is my biggest worry. One single trip could be so dangerous. The world doesn't seem ready.
Driving through tunnels of Birmingham.
Stay calm, stay positive. Keep going. We are with you. My family. Perseverance. Their voices in my head taught me resilience.
I want to be seen as a grown up. I am a man. The man.
I want to be out. I want to drive. Get my education. Live my life.
I am hopeful for my future. Joy, happiness, freedom.
They say I'm best at banter. Personality. I want to do more. Support other people. Make them laugh.
Believing in achieving. Strive, thrive, and live.
Live.
No fear. All swear fear.
Introducing Nuala, a woman in her 30s. She sits with her mom, dad, and Buddy the dog.
I keep myself occupied, planning trips, volunteering, crafts, cards, painting and pizza. I look to the future and hope for simple things. Happiness, independence and love. I'll answer the phone when it rings. Before, I didn't feel confident enough to do it, but now it's all coming out. Now we're back out and about. I'm ready to go. Too many birthdays and Christmases in hospital. Father Christmas doing the rounds. Mum and Dad. Precious times spent together. They know. There's so much in me. It just takes time to let it show. People can be impatient. Notice.
Medals. Nuala picks up a bocce ball.
I'm focused. I am a winner. Red to throw. Bocce with Dad. Good effort. Go on for the point. We need more players. It's your turn. Take your time. Why don't you have a go?
Enter Robert Punton, a man in his 50s driving a powered wheelchair through Birmingham.
You're high risk.
That is for me to decide. You may know my condition. It does not put you in my position. I be who I am, not what I'm perceived to be.
Recognise and engage with a person's abilities.
My condition isn't my problem. My problem is, sometimes that's all people see. They focus on the wheelchair. They don't see me. I became disabled when I connected with society.
Before relationships became obligations, I took the Midlands road. A northerner by heart and a northerner by soul, Birmingham is now my home.
I fell out of bed into Edgbaston cricket ground, and I always found
I wanted to be a participant in life, not an observer.
Confronting ideas about what people with disabilities should do.
It's one thing to ask,
What does community look like?
but how does it feel? What can we all do?
if you want rights, you've got to take responsibility.
But when people start shouting, people stop listening, you see.
How can one man campaign be such a threat?
Do it. Stand for Parliament. Storm Parliament.
He's a left-wing socialist.
Activist.
Tram stopping, traffic dodging.
Here's too the power of protest.
Empty auditorium.
It's not a competition, it's a collaboration.
As soon as you meet someone, you have a relationship. So, will it be positive or negative?
With imagination and expression, let's start the conversation.
I find poetry in protest, power in poetry. Poetry gets the message over quickly.
You see the words.
Not my disability.
It's concise, to the point.
Live in hope, don't slide in soap.
It's a state of mind, accessibility.
Michael, Rob's personal assistant, joins him.
Stand beside me today and beside the person I want to be tomorrow.
Don't fear what you don't know.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I strongly believe that's true.
Let's make the uncomfortable comfortable.
I'm happy to explore who I am and who I can be for the rest of my days, leaving tire tracks of independence.
Respect, fairness.
Dignity.
I choose to go that way.
This is the road we've chosen to travel together.
This is the road we've chosen to travel together.
A front door opens. 80-year-old Chris sits in a reclined position in his wheelchair.
Since the 9th of January 1942, people have been forever telling me what I can't do. The trick is not to listen. With enough determination, you will find a way. The one thing cerebral palsy hasn't got to is my tongue. It will always give you straightforward truth. When people see me, they assume my body's given up and my brain is not far behind. Never mind, my boy. One day you'll be all right. The only advice I can give you is that you never stop trying. I've always been independent to the point of insanity. There is no such thing as normal. Channel your strength into where you can most, because everybody has got bumps in the road. Don't rush ahead. To consider means to think carefully. To embed it means to fix it firmly. Our personal best. What's your PB?
Setting off from the starting line.
This light of mine will offer up a hand, dear. This light of mine will take you to the brim, to feel it all come.
The Birmingham Canal, Peaky Blinders, the Peace Gardens.
Feel free, free enough to breathe again.
Advocacy Matters.
Advocacy Matters.
Advocacy Matters.
Advocacy Matters.
Advocacy Matters.
Advocacy Matters.
Let's make it happen.
Grab the baton.
We're waiting for you, Birmingham.
There's a strange, strange feeling in this city. There's a dark,
Personal Best, written and created by Emily Summers, captured by Tom Sinnott Bell. Thank you, Advocacy Matters. Thank you, Integrate Theatre. Thank you to Nuala and the Ryan family. Thank you to the Hive College, Zubair, Ilyas, Robert. To every single person who supported this project.
They see me lying in the chair and they think, dear God, what gets him up in the morning? He must have the most awful life going.
So what does get you up in the morning?
What gets me up? I like to keep that off the record.
Falling down, down, down among the lonesome, crying out to my voice to make no sound. Colder hands won't offer any answer. Turn it up, turn the boat around. We're calling down, down, down among the lonesome, crying out to my voice to make no sound. Colder hands won't offer any help, son. So turn it up, turn the boat around. Turn it up, turn the boat around. Turn it up, turn the boat around.